over case of Bosa, serial number 39, MA number 343 of 20. Mr. Ashwin Prakash, Mr. Pranita Gauri, Mr. Ashutosh Anand, board of the line.
But I've asked the from WhatsApp, I've asked the relevant question. Now this is the opening.
What is this?
This was given. Letter number finance is not on record. Please put the same on record. Want to be added for that the opposite vehicle belongs to state government of Jharkhand. Forward in the what schools other than the depot sponsors.
I couldn't understand what you are saying. For that, the aforesaid vehicle belongs to the state.
To the state government of Jharkhand. How and under what circumstances when the DFO in his official duty liable to take compulsion without his fault as observed by the investigation.
What is this?
This is the thing I cannot go, but I've taken instructions in this matter.
Who had decided to file this appeal? What is the ground of this appeal?
The grounds.
What is the ground of this
I
appeal?
did not defend the grounds, my lord.
Tell me, then I am not telling you to defend, just read out, specify the grounds of the.
The best ground, my lord, which we can have is, my lord, the advocate matter first case, the vehicle was registered in the name of the applicant. This is an advocate matter.
In the name of the?
Applicant.
Yes.
This
State. It is the vehicle of the state.
My lord, district was officer, district was officer, not for the this is specific. I have gone to the owner book, it is there, my lord.
What are the grounds of appeal?
My lord, the ground so far as made.
How are you denying your liability? On what ground? The liability or?
The best ground which can be canvassed is ground number 7, my lord. Since the IO exonerated the driver.
Just a minute. Ground number 2, it's frivolous. Ground number 3 is frivolous.
This ground is my lord.
Ground number 4 is frivolous.
Still grounds is like ground.
Ground number 5 is frivolous. Ground number 6 is frivolous. Ground number 7, which you can say, what is the evidence?
The evidence is the final form was submitted. Apart from that,
There is no evidence. The person who has submitted the final form has also not been examined.
I'm about the mutual pronouncement.
And this is also frivolous.
Well, I just showed the letter which we have.
The vehicle was registered in the name of DFO. And these grounds were taken. Without commenting upon the lawyer who has filed this, now tell me, what do you want? I am leaving it to you.
I will advise them to seek withdrawal of the case, my lord. I will advise them. But my lord, withdrawal will take up there are certain commodities can be disposed of on these grounds.
I'll dispose it of, but with a cost of rupees 5 lakhs to be recovered from the person after a proper inquiry who has filed this appeal.
Then only not today, because this case on the next case.
Place this case on the request of Mr. Ashutosh Anand. Place this case on 21st.
Can I have those documents back?
Yes, yes. 21st.
22nd or
22nd. 22nd. Have you paid the amount? If it has not been paid, on the next date you should first come and say that yes, we have satisfied the amount. No. Paid. Start your work from just now. Just now. Huh? No. 22nd. 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 Paid. Pay it. Just up to date interest, pay the amount.
What is the amount?
If you leave it to me, it will be a cost of minimum cost of 5
I'm
lakhs.
aware of that. That's why those letters are actually sent.
And you say that we have a litigation policy.
Just one condition, some payment will come.
22nd.
Just one.
22nd. You know.
Only the city knows the matter to name. Just one.
22nd. Holi. Government is closed on which date? For holiday?
17, 18.
No, that is your holiday. I am asking about the government. It will be most probably 18th and 19th, not before that.
18, 19.
So by 17th you can make payment. Pay it. Pay it. 22nd. It is made clear that the award should be satisfied by 22nd of March.
This will happen.
Yes.
On daily causes under the heading orders with effect, serial number 1, PA number 514 of 22, Mr. Arvind Prajapati, Mr. Praveen Kumar.
Next, address with that content of Annexure 1 will also for NBC, page 17.
Annexure 1 at page?
17. The Picard has been approached the club for them and submits that Krishna was put on PRP and a content of the bank agent. Now the content has been examined to go the government manner, and that is Annexure 3, page 20.
Yes. We are identified.
Not only that, the Annexure 2, not found out in this one typing. PRP में इनको इन्फॉर्मेट नहीं पड़ सकता ना वाद में कोर्ट में और न PRP.
How the counsel for the petitioner, how the counsel for the state. The counsel for the petitioner reduced his prayer for bail which was earlier rejected. He submits that the bank cashier has not identified this petitioner in court.
मैं आइडेंटिफाई किया हूँ बोला कैसे करूँगा अब यूँ के चेहरे पर कोई निशान काट नहीं है नहीं ढंग से नहीं है मुराले घटना के 1.5 माह के बाद पकड़ाया था वो मुझे थाना में बुलाया गया था बाहर इस मुराले को ध्यान से
submitted that he was produced, the victim was, the accused was produced in the police station before the said witness, and he was made to identify in the police station, and on that basis he identified the petitioner in court also. Considering the aforesaid submission and the fact that the petitioner is in custody since, consider the aforesaid fact and the petitioner is in custody since 28/8/17, I am inclined to release the petitioner 10,000 to sureties with a condition he will appear once a month before the trial court. One of the bailers should be close relative. We will furnish an undertaking that he will ensure appearance of the petitioner before the trial court once a month. Very much.
Serial number 2 with serial number 3, BA number 2376 of 22 with BA number 1353 of 22, Mr. Ravi Kumar. For the petition in first case, Mr. Jayad Ahmad. For petition in second case.
Yes, it's why the case has been listed. This case is a disposed of. The order is list this case along with the records of search. Yes, volume. You are Imran.
Yes, sir. Imran and
The earlier Muhammad, Mustaq and Shami were apprehended from the spot.
yes, sir. And the bail was
Rejected. And what about these two? They were apprehended from the place. From the page 21, yes.
His name is serial number 4, Mohammed Imran.
So your case is similar.
serial number 6 and serial number 7.
Yes.
Imran Naseem and Muhammad Imran.
Yes.
There is nothing has been recovered from the position of the police.
What position? You were from where were you arrested?
Yes, sir. From the house, but the house was not the application.
You heard the counsel for the petition, heard the counsel for the state.
Then I was trying to permit me to withdraw it.
6 permission to withdraw, dismissed as withdrawn.
Serial number 4, BA number 264022, Mr. Ankit Kumar.
No one appears on behalf of the petitioner. So stop, call for the case diary and the antecedent report.
Serial number 5, BA number 2642 of 22, Mr. Lalan Kumar Singh for the petitioner.
Krishna is not named in the FIR notes, and also only on the completion of a statement of deeds of Naval Krishna Ganju and Ranjan Kumar Singh, also the name of petitioner has also come, and also all the poetry has been granted and also filed and rejected to the 17th series. So nothing has been recovered to proceed except what suspicion was there is nothing against this petition, and the charge sheet has also been submitted.
You are Ritesh Kumar,
Lord, I am Ritesh Kumar.
who has been granted bail.
Lord, the correction to Prince Reddy, Sunil Shah, Lord, Naval Ganju, Naval Kumar Ganju.
Yes. Similar.
Lord,
Heard the counsel for the petition, heard the counsel for the state. Next para. The petition is an accused for allegedly committing an offence punishable under section so and so. Next para. There is an allegation that some unknown person entered the campus of CMPDI where drilling was going on. First up, those miscreants hiding their faces, overpowered the informant who is the security guard, and thereafter handed him up pamphlets wherein it was mentioned that no drilling work should continue unless the matter between the company and the extremists are settled. Next slide. Counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is not named in the FIR and he was not put on TIP. He submits that similarly situated co-accused, namely Sunil Sao and Naval Ganju has been Sunil Sao, Naval Ganju and Ranjan Kumar Singh has been granted bail by a coordinate bench of this court. While order dated so and so annexure 2 series. The APP opposes the prayer but cannot dispute the fact that the similarly situated co-accused has been granted bail by a coordinate bench of this court. Considering the fact that similarly situated co-accused has been granted bail by a coordinate bench of this court, I am inclined to release this petitioner appear once a month before trial.
Serial number 6, BA number 2643 of 22, Mr. Srijit Chaudhary for the petitioner.
Case under section? Yes. Victim examined. Is in custody since when? Custody since when?
12/1/2000.
Heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state. Because the petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence under section so and so. The prosecution case is at the behest of the informants, wherein she has stated that she is working in the ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund, and this petitioner is her reporting manager. It is alleged that on 10/1/2022 at about 12 o'clock, this petitioner took her mobile and started tampering with her mobile. So the informant raised an the informant protested. When this after the informant protested, this petitioner left the bank along with the mobile, and the informant followed her. Full stop. When she demanded the mobile, she was advised by this petitioner to proceed with her towards Bishtupur South Park area. And when she reached the said area, she was ordered to go with him to a hotel. When she raised alarm, it is alleged that she was assaulted, and the petitioner tried to outrage her modesty. Further, it is alleged that an amount of rupees 2,300 was snatched from her. She further alleged that she was being mentally tortured and harassed by this petitioner, and she was forced to develop friendship with her, and earlier it is further alleged that she was forced to watch movie. She was forced to accompany him to watch movies, and thereafter she was also called in the house, in his house, where it is alleged that she was offered some drink, and after consuming the said drink, she felt drowsy, and it is alleged that this petitioner also tried to have forceful physical relationship with her. First article. From the record, I find that the petitioner is in custody since 12/1/2022, and it is an admitted fact that the parties were colleagues working in the same organization. In paragraph 8, it has been stated, in the paragraph 8 of the petition, a defense has been taken that the informant was not working properly and couldn't perform her duties well. And for that, a false complaint has been lodged against this petitioner. Full stop. He stated that at no point of time he evaded his arrest. Rather, the police called him to the police station to seek some clarification. When the petitioner went there, he was arrested. Next paragraph. Considering the nature of offence and the period of custody, I am inclined to release this petitioner 10,000 rupees.
Serial number 7, PA number 2644 of 22, Mr. Sabrishachi.
In this case, there is only indication that petitioner was present in the house of two accused. And also the serial list of the crime is page 19 from the position of Lordship one Deepak Yadav and Lordship Balram Kumar Gandhi. The brown sugar was Lordship recovered and the amount of 60 point was recovered. And Lordship both Lordship have been granted bail by the institute Lordship. Nothing has been recovered from this budget from the
Let us see from the FIR what has been recovered. What is the implication? How we have been implicated. Yes, read the FIR. You are Sudhir Kumar.
Sudhir Kumar.
Where is it?
निवेदन को सारा सूचित करना है कि मैं पुलिस थाना स्थिति से काम वर्तमान में सदर थाना चक्रा में प्रतिदिन दिनांक 2/8/2021 को समय करीब 19 बजे एक पूर्व सूचना प्राप्त हुई कि ग्राम दरियापुर थाना सदर में पवन गांधी के घर पर अवैध रूप से ब्राउन शुगर का खरीद बिक्री किया जा रहा है। इस संदर्भ में सना 37/21 दर्ज करते हुए पुलिस पदाधिकारी को सूचित किया गया। चूंकि ये सूचना काफी
So you fled from the place of occurrence.
That is the case. I was present.
Case diary. The state will file an affidavit stating as to whether the petitioner has got any other criminal case of similar nature pending against this petitioner or not.
Serial number 8, PA number 2645 of 22, Mr. Ramesh Kumar.
Your Lordship, page 15, the first information report.
Victim examined.
Yes, Lord. 164 is contract, Lordship annexed to page 17.
Show me the evidence of the victim.
The charge has been framed, but it has not been.
What?
164 is statement has been
164.
annexed to. They went to the Dhanbad and they had taken rent which has come from the paragraph 53, the Rajendra Prasad. His house has been rented as a husband and wife.
Come to page 25. Second last paragraph.
Yes.
Charge has been framed on the basis of the material report and there was denied. It also appears that up till now 2 prosecution witnesses, including the victim and her husband, has been examined in this case. Where is that evidence? Bring it from the court.
Basically, after the petition, after the new minister, since then I will find. Lordship, I am having the.
Just a minute. Give it. What is it? Informant has been examined. She is major. She fully knew what about the consequence. She was married, roaming around with someone, and now you fight a case. If you heard the counsel for the petitioner has a counsel for the state. The petitioner is accused for allegedly committing an offence under section so and so. The informant alleges that she is a married lady and through Facebook she made friends with this petitioner. It is stated that thereafter the petitioner used to come to her house when her husband was not present. She further stated that thereafter the petitioner went along with this, the petitioner had taken this informant along with him. There is also allegation, she also alleges that a drink was offered, and after that, after taking the same drink, she became unconscious. Later on, she was tortured. Full stop. This is the sum and substance of this FIR. Full stop. Next para. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the victim has already been examined. She submits that he submits that admittedly the victim is a major married lady, and the FIR clearly suggests that the entire act which has occurred is a consensuous one, and there was no pressure from this petitioner. First up, next paragraph. Considering the nature of the allegation and the fact that the informant or the victim has already been examined and there is no chance of tampering with the evidence, and the fact that tampering with the evidence without entering into the much facts of this case, lest it not prejudice the trial, I am inclined to release this petitioner 10,000 sureties.
Serial number 9, CA number 2647 of 22, Mr. Manoj Kumar Shah.
Not of the office.
What is the 164 statement? Or for the case diary, the trial court will forward the statement recorded under section 164 CRPC of the victim.
Serial number 10, PA number 2648 of 22.
Just a minute.
वकालत number does not carry the including order. Lakshman, when you are select.
Effective note. Yes.
This is an application of draft because the duties are amount of 7.38 and 7 of the IPC and various section of laws.
You are
because of the laws, nothing has been recovered.
you were arrested from the place of occurrence, or
No. The
was the petitioner arrested from the place of occurrence? Just a minute.
ये इसमें दूसरे केस में रिमांड किया गया, इसलिए से इनको अरेस्ट किया गया।
and the other 42 persons similarly situated that we granted bail by the next.
How many antecedents are there?
इनका 14 और एंटी स्टेट है।
14, 14.
14.
Or for the case diary, the APP will file an affidavit. The state will file an affidavit mentioning the number of cases pending against the petitioner and the status and stage of those cases.
Serial number 11, PA number 2650 of 22, Mr. Mohammed Yasir Arafat.
Just a minute. Just a minute. What is the name of this petitioner? Raisuddin Sheikh. Raisuddin.
And mysterious criminal application number will be stated in Para 16 plus 4 other details.
Defective note. So far as write like this. So far as the name of the petitioner, necessary corrections to be made in the memo during course of the day. Yes, what is this? What were you stealing? You are you are carrying stolen coal in a motorcycle.
Carrying the coal you are saying.
How? What is the quantity?
2 quintal you are
2 quintal in a motorcycle.
Yes, you are. And the no physical
Motorcycle belongs to you.
Yes, motorcycle belongs to the petitioner.
So you are carrying 2 quintal in a motorcycle. At least have some care for your own motorcycle. You heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state. It is alleged that the petitioner was carrying 2 quintals of coal in this motorcycle, and he was apprehended. Full stop. Next part. The petitioner is in custody since
221 and 222 years.
22.
Yes, sir.
Considering the period of custody and the case is under section 379, 411, I am inclined to release this petitioner. You are from which place? Murshidabad, West Bengal. Who will stand as a bailiff? One of the bailiffs should be local relative, local person having sufficient landed property within the state of Jharkhand. Another should be his relative of the petitioner having sufficient property in his own name. Who first up, both the bailiffs should file an undertaking before the court that they will ensure appearance of this petitioner once in 2 months before the trial court, failing which. Write the alias name along with the FIR, Wakalatnama, so that it tallies with the Wakalatnama. Next.
Serial number 12, PA number 2651 of 22, Mr. Vinod Kumar Dubey, for the
Section 33 of the Indian Forest Act में रेट लिटिगेशन की प्रिजम्पशन के आने की जो ग्रोथ को किलो होंगे वो सब पौधा लगाने की और उसमें
Not under the NTPS.
ना 33 Indian Forest Act
Say the petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence. Okay.
Execution of petitioner Prokalpama does not carry the including order. It's Kumar and Saum.
Kumar and Saur. the petitioner is accused for allegedly committing an offence punishable under section so and so. The counsel for the petitioner submits that since the land was plowed by petitioners, the informant assumed that the land was being prepared for cultivation of poppy. First off, he submits that the case is under section 33 of the Indian Forest Act and not under the NDPS Act. First off, next part. APP opposes the prayer.
This question, he have installed the land 40 acres worship and he cultivate the opium there.
No, what is the allegation of cultivation of opium? You have dreamt that cultivation that the land was cleared for. The APP opposes the prayer but admits that the case is only under section 33 of the Indian Forest Act and is not under the NDPS Act. Considering the nature of allegation and the fact that it was only presumed that the land might have been used for the purpose of cultivation of poppy and the fact that the case is not under the NDPS Act, I am inclined to release the petition.
PL number 13, PL number 2652 of 22, Mr. Sunam Uttar Sahai.
In this case, still based on under February, officers under section 20, 1, 2, A of the APS Act and 1, 2, of the As per allegation, 0.95 grams of brown sugar like substance has been recovered from it. There is no FSL.
Counsel for the petitioner submits that from the possession of the petitioner 0.995
which is much less than small quantity.
grams of brown sugar like substance was recovered from the possession of the petitioner. He submits that till date there is no FSL report. Next paragraph. Considering the material which was recovered from the petitioner, I am not inclined to release the
1 year is
petitioner.
maximum punishment I am in custody since 8 years.
Please take it. Maybe. I will not grant. You take this order and take my order and go. Yes.
PL number 40, PL number 2653 of 22, Mr. Rahul Pandey for the petitioner.
My lord, the SPP was issued and FIR has been lodged against him under section 370.
It was recovered from your possession?
No, Lord. Going to Ambar Kumar, it was recovered from the
A scooty was stolen, for which the petitioner has been implicated in this case. Next paragraph. Admittedly, the FIR is against unknown, and the recovery was not from the possession of this petitioner. First of the petitioner after his arrest, confessed his guilt and implicated himself in this case. First of next paragraph. The petitioner is in custody since 23/10/2021, and since considering the period of custody and the fact that charge sheet has been submitted and the case is under section 379/411 of the IPC, I am inclined to release this petitioner appear once in 2 months before the trial court till conclusion of trial.
PL number 15, PL number 2654 of 22, Mr. Nilesh Kumar.
Husband. CD antecedent. No, sorry, postmortem.
PL number 16, PL number 2655 of 22, Mr. Nilesh Kumar.
FIR was not under section 366 and 494. But subsequently, the charge sheet has been submitted adding section 376.
What is the statement of the girl? CD. Trial court is directed to forward a copy of the statement of the victim recorded under 164 CRPC. Okay, defects.
Name of the petitioner does not tell it.
Defect 9.1 should be corrected during course of the day. Defect 9.1 should be removed during course of the day.
PL number 17, PL number 2656 of 22, Mr. A.K. Chaturvedi.
Yes, Mr. Chaturvedi.
406 and 420 of the in recent product that is petitioner purchased building material that is iron and cement from the shop of the petitioner information and thereafter it didn't pay the price thereof.
Huh?
He purchased the cement and iron rod marks from the shop of the informant and he didn't pay the price thereof.
Yes, sir.
Who are you?
I'm the comment.
What is your case?
My case is that I have supplied. I'm running the shop of the cement rod I supply. He is a PT contractor. I supplied the materials to him. He alleged that he has taken the credit, but he has not returned the money. My lord, that is total amount almost 3 lakh rupees.
Can I exercise my jurisdiction under 482? Can I exercise my jurisdiction under 482 and quash the entire FIR?
My lord, there is a
Converting this application was section 439.
Sure. Heard the counsel for the petitioner.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, no, so criminal accident also.
Similar nature, my lord.
Heard the counsel for the petitioner.
My lord, one more submission. My lord.
Yes.
My lord, earlier the inspecting bill was rendered with the condition that he must deposit his 1 lakh rupees.
Heard the counsel for the petitioner. Heard the counsel for the state. The allegation, state and the informant. The allegation against the petitioner is that he purchased building materials from the shop of the informant and did not pay the sale price. Purchased on credit and did not pay the price. First step. On this allegation, the FIR has been lodged and the petitioner is in custody. First step. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the money claim has been given a color of a criminal case. First step. The informant, counsel for the informant submits that it is petitioner has a habit of purchasing materials on credit and not paying. Which should be evident not paying, as there is similar nature of allegation against the petitioner. First step. Considering the nature of allegation, the petitioner should, I am inclined to release this petitioner on bail, 10,000 to sureties.
Serial number 18, DA number 2657 of 22, Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary.
Well, he is not named in the FIR.
Not named.
Not named in the FIR. Yes. So that was the CDR report. They were in the same vicinity. So his case and Moshin's case is similar.
Yes, same.
His
That
case and
mobile has
Moshin.
not been recovered from the position of the petitioner. The same mobile.
Similar.
Serial number 19, DA number 2658 of 22, Mr. Mohammad Rajaullah Ansari.
No, there are eyewitnesses to the occurrence who had seen you and seen some person shooting the deceased. Case diary.
Serial number 20, DA number 2659 of 22, Ms. Priyanka, Mr. Hemant Kumar Shikarwal.
Where is the statement of the victim? Recorded under 164? No, has it been recorded?
Yes.
Case diary? Statement 164, yes. Defect?
Under section at FIR varies from the criminal.
PA number 21, PA number 2660 of 22, Mr. Lukesh Kumar.
So in this case, the values of 302 and this was not given the they must have become a physical confession. The other week has been granted bail.
But in the case of Corpus, CD has been called.
CD has been called.
And three cases bail.
Case number?
Case number PA 1361 of 2022 and
You never know where it is.
13, list this case along with BA number 1361 of 2022, in which case Zari has been called.
PA number 22, PA number 2661 of 22, Mr. Mohit Prakash, Ms. Vani Kumari.
This is an earlier rejected matter.
Earlier rejected.
We already mentioned the 6 matters.
In view of the statement made in paragraph 2, this case has been wrongly listed before this bench. First up, with this case before the bench who has earlier rejected the application of this petitioner. With the leave of the Chief Justice.
PA number 23, PA number 2662 of 22, Mr. Aman Kumar Rahul.
In this case, there are 4 defects. The defects are the paragon of the affidavit may be properly verified. Defect number 2 is the district name of the deponent may be affidavit may be verified. Defect number 3 is index part annexure 3 to be verified, and in para 2 the petitioner has earlier put an anticipated bearing ABA number 5322 of the 21.
Petitioner is again moving ABA number.
It has not been mentioned.
File a supplementary affidavit. Defects to be removed within 1 month with 2 weeks.
1 week what is my only
Within. No, you have to file a supplementary affidavit stating that you have moved before ABA. That we have 14 working days to remove the defect.
PA number 24, PA number 2663 of 22, Mr. A.K. Chaturvedi.
Huh?
Grade 6 is 307 of the IPC, but there is no injury matters. And whom we fired now, that is also not mentioned, is still. And the reason of firing has also not been attributed against this petitioner, or rather that has been against one Rahul Gop in this Balde. We found in course of patrolling our scene, got information that
Yes.
there-
Second paragraph, page 2. Second paragraph, page 2 of the impugned order. Second paragraph, page 2 of the impugned order, undoubtedly. Further counsel for the petitioner, further counsel for the state. The petitioner and accused for allegedly committing an offence under section 1 of the Indian Penal Code. Yes. There is an allegation that some unknown person have fired from the firearm by using firearm. From the impugned order, I find that the court below has found that the petitioner is not named in the FIR, and charge sheet has been submitted on basis of some confessional statement of Rahul Gop, who is the prime accused. Next, although the petitioner has some criminal antecedent, but considering the fact that the name of the petitioner transpired from the confessional statement of Rahul Gop, who is the prime accused, I am inclined to release this petitioner once a month before So-and-so police station.
PA number 25, PA number 2664 of 22, Mr. Vishal Kumar Trivedi.
The fire has been
registered under section 394 of IBC for silence of one person. During investigation, Mr. Rakesh asked for confessional statement was recorded. In that was claiming responsibility. Clearly, there is no clarity.
Who has been granted bail?
In the same
By the court below?
Same in order victim.
Pritpal Singh. How the court differentiates between you and Pritpal Singh?
There is a recovery of 29,500 from my position. The DIP of the article has not been done. It is quite natural that 29,500 everybody was kept key. Even the denomination of court has not been mentioned in the FIR.
It is heard the counsel for the petition, heard the counsel for the state. Petition is an accused for regulation committing an offence under section so and so. Some unknown miscreant assaulted the informant and took away and thereafter taking the keys of the locker, took away 9.83 lakhs. Good stuff. They also locked the informant from outside. Good stuff. Next paragraph. The counsel for the petitioner submits that exactly similarly situated co-accused Pritpal Singh has been granted bail by the court below by the sessions judge East Singhbhum at Jamshedpur. And he submits that the petitioner's case has been rejected only because a cash of 29,500 has been recovered. First time. He submits that there is nothing on record to suggest to relate the aforesaid cash with the proceeds of the crime. Next paragraph. APP opposes. Next paragraph. After going through the interview order, I find that Pritpal Singh has been granted bail by the court below by the session judge. Whereas the case of the petitioner was rejected just on the ground that an amount of rupees 29,500 has been recovered from this possession of this petitioner. There is nothing in the impugned order to suggest that this amount was the proceed of the crime. In absence of the aforesaid finding, this court is of the opinion that the petitioner also deserved similar benefit which was granted to Pritpal Singh. Thus, I am inclined to allow this application 10,000 rupees.
Serial number 26, PN number 2665 of 22, Mr. Ramesh Kumar.
Entire details of the case at prayer para may be corrected.
Yes?
Just a minute. क्या हुआ? The entire details of the case at prayer para may be corrected. Prayer para is something different.
Case is of Chatra and you write Garva. Case number. So, file a supplementary affidavit. No, sorry. The defects to be removed within 14 working days by filing necessary affidavits.
Serial number 27, PN number 2666 of 22, Mr. Prashant Kumar Rai.
Yes. Where is the petitioner? Yes, APP, there is a direct allegation.
Yes.
What is the age of the girl? counsel for the petitioner is absent. The ABP is present, who submits that there is a direct allegation against the petitioner of committing sexual assault on a 16-year-old girl. The petitioner is named in the FIR? Yes? The petitioner is also named in the FIR. Since no one is appearing on behalf of the petitioner, to give one more opportunity, there is this case tomorrow. So it is made clear that if none appears, the appropriate order will be passed in this case. Supplementary list. ठीक है? Tomorrow in the supplementary clause list.
PA number 28, PA number 2669 of 22, Mr. Mohammed Jayed Ahmad.
There are two surviving.
Yes?
There are two surviving. Next one number is probably
What is against you? Any recovery?
no
7 cases.
Yes.
Case diary. The state will file an affidavit intimating the cases which are pending against the petitioner and the stage and status thereof. Stage of those cases.
PA number 29, PA number 2670 of 22, Mr. Satakshi.
Yes? What has been wrongly mentioned?
The post office's name is wrong.
You have the petitioner may be
Instead of name, it is
necessary. The defect 9(1) should be removed during course of the day. Yes.
the allegation of the clear section is 607
So now the informant who has on behalf of this file has been distributed. It is the narration of a 9-year-old girl.
Where is the statement of that 9-year-old girl?
The statement has not been.
Case diary 164 of the witness. Victim नहीं होगा. 164 of the witness recorded.
Under the heading fresh filing, serial number 30, PA number 2646 of 22, Mr. Ramesh Kumar.
Where is the impugned order?
Page 15.
1-5.
It is alleged that the informant had been stabbed by this petitioner on one of the case, but no injury report, nothing has been.
There is a direct allegation against him.
But there is any injury report.
रही है. Heard the counsel for the
CD
petition.
call for clear.
नहीं करते, उधर का
Injury report call for clear.
कोई दरकार नहीं है.
Simple injury.
कोई दरकार नहीं है. Heard the counsel for the petitioner not at this stage. Heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state. So after going through the FIR, I find there is a direct allegation against the petitioner that he stabbed the informant number of times. Considering the direct allegation, at this stage I am not inclined to grant bail to the petitioner. It's rejected.
PA number 31, PA number 2667 of 22, Mr. Ramesh Kumar.
Yes? Use the microphone, Mr. Ramesh.
Case related to the section 302 120
get accused on the basis of consciousness statement of co-accused Rakesh Yadav and 2 other co-accused have been indicted.
Any eyewitness, Mr. Srivastava?
No, Lord, sir. No.
The petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence punishable under section so and so. Next paragraph. The son of the informant was shot dead by some accused person. He is also not named. The petitioner is
Not.
the petitioner. Yes, Mr. Srivastava is not named.
Not me.
The petitioner is not named. Rather, his name transferred from the confessional statement of the co-accused, which is apparent from the impugned order. Further, 2 similarly situated co-accused has been granted bail by coordinate bench of this court in case number so and so so and so. Considering the aforesaid fact and the fact that co-accused has been granted bail, 10,000 to share. And admittedly, there is no eyewitness to the said offence.
Serial number 32, BA number 2668 of 22, Mr. Avinash Kumar.
I am permitted to appear on behalf of the informant in this case. I have filed Swakarnama on.
What is the case? What is your case? Tell me.
Sorry, sir.
What is your case?
What is my?
What is your case? Tell me.
The petitioner and his friends made certain objectionable photographs of the deceased viral on the social media, and that led the deceased to commit suicide.
Case diary.
No, kindly. Yes. Kindly come to the FIR.
Yes.
Just for making a case, my other friend says, what have I done? I am the whistleblower. Kindly come to KG.
Yes.
FIR. मेरी भांजी सिमी कुमारी केसरी उम्र इसकी साथ पिता राजू प्रसाद केसरी नाम स्वयं को पोस्टमार्टम मिला गई है कि मौत आत्महत्या करने से हुई। मौत की घटना 17 नवंबर 2021 को बुधवार को बंदरकुपी में हुई और सदर अस्पताल गिर में ब्लॉड डेथ घोषित कर दिया गया। सिमी कुमारी केसरी पोस्टमार्टम किया 18 नवंबर 2021 को इसके बारे में बराबर नदी में अंतिम संस्कार किया। 19 नवंबर 2021 को जब हमने गांव में इसकी पूछताछ की तो पता चला कि मेरी भांजी सिमी कुमारी केसरी को ब्लैकमेल और टॉर्चर किया गया, जिसके बाद उसने सुसाइड किया। हम अपने भांजी सिमी किशोरी की सहेली मीना कुमारी पिता सुनील साहू केतवादी गोस्वांशों से घर जाकर बातचीत की तो पता चला कि मीना कुमारी ने घटना की शाम और घटना की रात 17 नवंबर 2021 को आखिरी बातचीत मृतक सिमी कुमारी केसरी से की है। इस बातचीत में
कौन बात किया?
सिमी केसरी की सहेली मीना कुमारी वो बातचीत की। इस बातचीत में मिनी कुमारी ने सिमी कुमारी केसरी को बताया कि तुम्हारा कोई गंदा चीज वायरल हुआ है और बंदरकुपी चौक में सबको पता चल गया है, मेरे भाई को भी पता है। मीना के पिता सुनील साहू ने भी ये बताया है कि सिमी के बारे में ऐसा सुनने में आया है, आप अपने लेवल पे पता कीजिए। इसके बाद पता चला कि घटना के दिन पहली बेला में मृतक सिमी कुमारी केसरी को फेसबुक पर विजय सोनी पिटिशनर उर्फ सोएंसो लक्ष्मी ज्वेलर शॉप बंदरकुपी चौक ने आपत्तिजनक फोटो के बारे में बताया कि वायरल हुआ है, जिसमें सिमी कुमारी केसरी ने विजय सोनी को बताया कि उसे ऐसा कोई फोटो किसी ने नहीं भेजा है। इसके बाद वो टेंशन और डिप्रेशन में आ गई। वो विजय सोनी से डिलीट करने को क्या रिक्वेस्ट किया। हम लोग 19 नवंबर 2021 को विजय सोनी को सोएंसो से पूछताछ की कि तुमने मृतक सिमी से क्या बातचीत की, तो कुछ बातों उसने बताई। फिर हम लोगों ने पूछा कि तुम्हारे फोन में आपत्तिजनक फोटो है, फोटो कहाँ से आया, तो विजय सोनी ने बताया कि राम कुमार मंडल पिता वकील मंडल बंदरकुपी चौक में वायरल करते हुए सबको दिखा है। विजय सोनी ने ये भी बताया कि हमारे सीसीटीवी में आप देख सकते हैं कि राजकुमार मंडल ने मुझे दिखाया है। जो भी बातचीत विजय और फरवा ने हमें बताया, हमारे पास वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग है। उसके बाद विजय सोनी को फरवा दुकान पर विजय सोनी ने राजकुमार मंडल को बुलाया और पूछा कि राजकुमार मंडल ने बताया कि मृतक सिमी कुमारी केसरी की आपत्तिजनक फोटो उसे गोलू साहू और अमित साहू ने व्हाट्सएप पे भेजा। राजकुमार मंडल ने ऊपर बात की बताई कि उसकी वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग हमारे पास है। जब हमने गोलू और अमित साहू से पूछताछ की है तो पता चला कि गोलू साहू को सूरज यादव पिता सोएंसो बंदरकुपी चौक में भेजा है। सूरज यादव ने पूछने से पता चला कि सूरज यादव को वो फोटो राजेश साहू।
Yes.
Now the point is, I only informed the girl.
What is against this petition?
Lords, If your lordship just see the FIR where it has been said that उसने विजय सोनी से डिलीट करने का रिक्वेस्ट भी किया, but he on her request, on the request of the deceased, he did nothing. He was.
Is there any case that he forwarded to someone else?
It is not there, but
then,
it is not.
Then if you would have had some intention, you wouldn't have informed that girl. How can he be made an accused under 306? Tell me.
He did not forward, but
Heard the concept of the petitioner, heard the concept of the state, assisted by the concept of the informants. Yes, you want to say something? The petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence punishable under section so and so of the Indian Penal Code.
To inform my lord that the person who was behind all this and who was also blackmailing the deceased to have physical relationship with him.
Is it this petitioner?
No, obviously not the
Then
petitioner.
please. You argue that when that person comes, there is an allegation that the niece of the informant committed suicide. It is there in the FIR that in the FIR it has been alleged that the informant and others tried to find out the reason of suicide when they could come to know from one. Meena Kumari Meena Kumari had a conversation with the deceased the night before the deceased died. When Meena Kumari was confronted by the informant, she narrated that the deceased told her that some objectionable photograph of the deceased has been circulated. Thereafter the informant stated that they could come to know who is the wife's brother. Thereafter the informant could come to know that Simi Kumari, the deceased, could come to know that the deceased was informed in her Facebook by this petitioner that some objectionable photograph of the deceased was being circulated. Full stop. It is the informant further came to know that the deceased came to know that this informant also came to know that this deceased told this petitioner that she is not involved in any of she is not there in any of the photographs, and rather she has been made a victim. She also requested this petitioner to delete the photograph. First up, on receiving the said information, the informant confronted the aforesaid fact with this petitioner, and the petitioner stated that he received the said photographs from some Rajkumar Mandal, and thereafter the names of several persons came to light who made the photograph viral. First up, next paragraph. From the impugned order and the FIR, I find that it is, and also from the argument of the parties, I find that it is not the case that this petitioner has forwarded the photograph to anyone, nor was involved in creating the said photograph. From the FIR, it is quite clear that this is this petitioner who gave the information to the deceased about the existence of this photograph and cautioned her. First up. The APP also submitted that it is one Abhishek, who was the mastermind. First, Abhimanyu or Abhishek?
अभिमन्यु वर्मा द्वारा बताया गया था कि
Abhishek is one of the main accused. First step, considering the nature of allegation against the petitioner, I am of the opinion that prima facie 306 of the Indian Penal Code cannot be attracted so far as this petitioner is concerned. Thus, I am inclined to release this petitioner on bail 10,206.
Serial number 33, PA number 16171 of 21, Mr. Niranjan Kumar.
Yes,
The only witness IO who was yet to be examined has been examined on 9th of this month.
Let the trial be concluded.
Time we have lost it because of the litigation.
No, it will be on a day-to-day basis. The APP submits a report and states that the last witness on behalf of the prosecution has already been examined. Considering her submission, I am not inclined to grant bail to the petitioner. Full stop. The trial court is directed to record the statement of the accused. How many accused are there? Only one. The accused with under section 313 of the CRPC, and then proceed and conclude the trial, preferably on a day-to-day basis, preferably within a period of 2 months. 2 months. I hope you will not. Will you produce any evidence as a defense witness?
Within 2 months, I will walk with you.
Within 2 months from the date the defense closes their evidence.
That's one other request in the last order, Lordship was directed to stop the sampling of the IO from immediate Lordship. But since he has been examined, Lordship pleases.
So why I have to pass this type of order? IO was not appearing only when I pass an order stopping the payment. He appears immediately.
That is their Lordship, but no.
So what is this character? What is this character? Here. Since the IO has already appeared and his evidence have been recorded, the order by which the order dated 28/2/2022 by which his salary was stopped is required. Let a copy of this order be faxed to the SP.
Yes.
So Senior Superintendent of Police, Object Superintendent of Police,
On the last occasion,
Devghar. DGP, it was DGP. Now SP Devghar.
Only time may be primarily within 2 months.
2 months, I've stated. From the date you close your evidence. Now you will take 2 months to 2 months to adduce your evidence, and then you will say that you release me. It's 2 months is over. Sorry. You close your evidence tomorrow. It will start from that day.
Because of the additional custody, 3 years, 9 months.
No. 2 months from the date you close your evidence. Any more?